We begin tonight with a developing story. 3 people in the hospital right now after a shooting during a house party on the northwest side.
This is video from just a little while ago on Braun, Falcon, and Tesla Road, not far from Braun Road in 1604. Details still coming in. What we do know is an argument at a party led to shots fired. All 3 people in the hospital are expected to be okay tonight. Yeah, so stay with us on air and online as we continue to get more information on this story. Now, in other news, what was supposed to be a day of celebration for a new graduate ended in tragedy. Last night, an 80-year-old woman shot and killed by a stray bullet after attending a graduation at the Alamo Dome. And tonight, people are telling the night team's John Paul Barajas that they're worried about what the shooting means for their safety and businesses.
Think twice when you come downtown.
I do, just for the simple fact that again, you just don't know what's going to happen.
And the worst possible thing did happen to a family Sunday night. An 80-year-old woman from the Dallas area was shot and killed by a stray bullet while she and her family were driving through downtown after a graduation at the Alamo Dome.
For stuff like that to happen, especially for people that are out of town that come to visit, I mean, it's sad.
The chief said the shooting was a result of a fight between 2 groups of men that started near Indianola and Chavez and then escalated west towards Hemisphere and Alamo. He says there were shell casings at both locations.
This shooting last night made me sick to my stomach. This was a random act by individuals who have no regard for anybody else's well-being.
According to Chief William McManus, San Antonio police detained 9 people. Also, a 19-year-old believed to be involved in the shooting was critically injured. Business owners worry that incident gives the downtown area a bad rap.
We need attention to it. We don't want to kill the tourism in here. The tourists get shot, get crossfired, or however that happened, is definitely going to put a little concern on everybody who's planning to come to San Antonio.
As for the chief, he says downtown is well patrolled and that safe officers in the area will get more backup if they ask for it.
There's a distinction between a hotspot and random acts that are occurring in a particular area. There's nothing organized about these offenses that happen.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
At this hour, police have not arrested anyone for that deadly shooting. Now, keep in mind, this wasn't the only act of violence that happened downtown this weekend. Early this morning, someone stabbed a cab driver. At last check, he was in the hospital in critical condition. We turn now to our weather, and if you saw our earlier newscast, you know we're keeping an eye on our storm chances. That's right. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey joins us now. So, Sarah, are we still on storm watch?
You can rest easy tonight. Enjoy your sleep because we do not expect any storms tonight in San Antonio. As you can see, the storms that were in the hill country have fizzled out. Really, the only thing that's on the radar is actually the bats leaving the Bracken Cave there to enjoy a nightly meal of some insects. We do have some storms, though, down near Laredo and in the Rio Grande Valley. That area is still on alert for the potential for severe weather. Otherwise, it's a warm night. It's 90 degrees in San Antonio right now at 10 o'clock this evening. You can see which areas got rain, though, because it's 79 in Fredericksburg. That rain-cooled air really helped up there. Now, tonight, breezy and humid. Not as hot in the days ahead. We're still going to be hot, but highs will be in the mid-90s rather than in the triple digits. And we do have another storm window tomorrow after 5 p.m. And with it being severe weather season, that is a possibility. Our storm window tomorrow, 40% chance for storms. I'll walk you through what you need to know coming up in just a bit. Stephanie S. Steve.
Yeah, Sarah, thank you. So as we get ready for these hotter days, let's keep in mind that not everybody has fans or even air conditioning. And if you're in that situation, well, San Antonio has places for you to cool off. You see that QR code right there at the bottom left of your screen? Scan it. It'll take you to so-called cooling centers. These are places like libraries, senior centers, and community centers. You can get the information on those places if you scan that QR code. And keep in mind that those places are closed for the night, but they're going to reopen tomorrow morning at 10.
Freedom has never been guaranteed. Every generation has to earn it, fight for it. Our democracy is more than just a system of government. It's the very soul of America.
President Joe Biden speaking this Memorial Day about the cost of freedom. Now, here in San Antonio, those at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery held its annual cemetery, honoring the lives of fallen service members. Hundreds of people were there. They observed a wreath laying, a moment of silence, a rifle salute, and also music by the 323rd Army Band Brass Quintet.
And speaking of Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, have you seen this before? I'm going to show it to you here shortly, I hope. Coins placed on top of headstones. It's actually an age-old tradition for people honoring those killed in action. And while it's a nice gesture, those at the cemetery say those coins can actually lead to problems.
Especially here with the humidity, if we get rain, those coins can stain the headstones.
Then we have to.
Yeah, if they get stained, they have to actually clean off the headstones. There you see the coins that we're talking about. Now, if this is a tradition you practice, there is an alternative. You can take a photo of the coin on the gravestone and upload it to the Veterans Legacy Memorial website. We're going to show you how to do that over on KSAT.com. You can look for this article. That will give you a direct link to the website we talked about. Meanwhile, the Memorial Day services weren't just at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery today. Edgewood ISD also honoring our fallen veterans at the Wall of Honor at the district's Veterans Stadium. It's a tradition marked with the reading of the names of Edgewood alum who chose to serve and gave the ultimate sacrifice. Many veterans from Edgewood served in Vietnam. That school lost 55 students during the Vietnam War.
About 100 of soon-to-be Service Academy students got a special send-off this afternoon. Senator John Cornyn addressing those students, their families, and current students and veterans inside of a packed Freeman Expo Hall today for his annual Service Academy send-off. Now, Senator Cornyn says that this annual event in San Antonio is one of his favorite because he gets to congratulate and wish luck to the next generation of military leaders right in the heart of Military City, USA.
The runoff election day is now just hours away. Polls will be open tomorrow from 7 to 7. And just as a reminder, as long as you're in line by 7 p.m., you can still cast your vote. If you've got questions about what's at stake, we've got answers. Scan the QR code on your screen, the KSAT Vote 2024 webpage full of helpful information like polling places, sample ballots, and much more. And don't forget, we're going to have a special runoff election live stream starting tomorrow night at 7, right after the news at 6. Results will start trickling in. As soon as we start that stream, you can watch it on any of our KSAT streaming platforms.
In other news, he was already an inmate at the Bexar County Jail, and now 28-year-old Alexander de la Rosa is facing more charges after investigators say they found child porn on his phone. So according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, somebody had looked through photos of de la Rosa's cell phone, and they allegedly found images and videos of child pornography. And according to that arrest paperwork, the images were of teenagers, even young children. De la Rosa was in jail already on 2 warrants of failure to register as a sex offender, and he's since been rearrested on possession of child pornography. So tonight, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is asking anybody who knows anything about De La Rosa's alleged crimes to come forward. You can call that number that's right there at the bottom of your screen. It's 210-335-6000. Just a reminder that if you call, you don't have to share your identity.
The San Antonio Police Department also investigating a stabbing that happened at a bus stop this afternoon. We're told 2 men got into an argument near Guadalupe Street and South Hamilton. Officers say one of the men hit the other over the head with a beer can before stabbing him in the chest. He was taken to the hospital in serious condition. Officers did take 2 people of interest into custody.
You know, you don't hear about them often, but they are here. They are there. Men who survive domestic abuse don't usually feel comfortable talking about what happened. But Sylvester Harris, who's a survivor, opened up to our Courtney Friedman about his story. He had checked into a men's shelter in Dallas after a previous relationship became physically and emotionally violent.
It was more so the mental agony days that I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was losing my mind.
And it takes a long time to recover. Sylvester lived in the shelter. He got counseling, and they helped him transition back to a normal routine. He's doing really well for himself now. He spoke with us because he wants other men to know that it's okay to ask for help. By the way, here in San Antonio, there are shelters and resources for men. You can watch more of our conversation with Sylvester and also get more information on resources here in the city on our website, KSAT.com. Also, good luck. Now, if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, know that there is help. That QR code on your screen will direct you to a long list of resources, the ones that I mentioned just about 20 seconds ago. You can also visit KSAT.com/domestic violence.
Accused of being a child killer. Happening tomorrow, the Daniel Garcia trial set to resume. He's the man accused of killing 5-year-old Dominic Aguilar Acevedo before his remains were found in a Colorado ravine. KSAT has been live streaming the trial since the beginning. Will continue to do so this week. Watch it on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and our KSAT YouTube page.
So hopefully the people who traveled this holiday weekend are back home safe because, not everybody has that option after several deadly storms ripped through parts of this country. And we're going to show you the damage and tell you the latest on the victims coming up after the break.
Plus, Canyon Lake has traditionally been a hot spot for the Memorial Day weekend. This year, it looks a little different. We're going to hear what some neighbors have to say. The record travel this Memorial Day weekend. The Transportation Security Administration is screening the most people ever in a single day across the country. But it comes at a bad time. That's because this holiday weekend also saw severe weather across the country that killed dozens of people. The weather causing cancellations at airports nationwide as communities across Arkansas and here in Texas clean up following storm damage. Here's ABC's Melissa Adon.
Deadly storms ripping through several states after more than 72 reported tornadoes across a dozen states over the long weekend. States of emergency declared in Texas, Arkansas, and Kentucky, where officials say at least 100 highways and roads sustained damage.
It got so intense that I could feel every particle of dirt, sand, fiberglass, glass hitting my face. 200
homes and businesses in Texas destroyed, over 600,000 without power at one point. At least 20 killed across 4 states, including 4 children. ABC's Mireya Villarreal in Valley View, Texas.
You can see the sheer force of this tornado right behind me. I mean, the metal coming completely down from the gas station, cars flipped over and then landing on top of each other.
Storms moving through North Carolina to New York City, even delaying and canceling some flights. ABC's Gio Benitez is at LaGuardia Airport.
Here in the New York area, we are already seeing hundreds of cancellations and delays after those ground stops. And of course, these are major airports, so we will see ripple effects across the country.
This follows a record-breaking Memorial Day holiday weekend. On Friday, TSA screening nearly 3 million people across the country, more than last year's Thanksgiving numbers, and breaking a record for the most travelers screened in a single day in TSA's 22-year history. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
So back here at home, Canyon Lake, that's a popular spot Memorial Day weekend, but it just wasn't today. It was slow when we went there earlier, and that's partially because the water levels there are at historic lows. In fact, right now, the levels there are 23 feet lower than the full level. Our Garrett Berger was out on the lake today talking with folks about how it's impacted the long weekend.
It's normally busier, and I think that the lake, the lowness is definitely having an impact on the flow.
Oh, it looks horrible. And I'm just thinking about this summer, how much worse it's going to get because, no rain is helping us out here.
And it's a shame because it's such a beautiful spot. The full story is on our website, KSAT.com right now. Now, that area, though, did get some rain today. Our Sarah Spivey is here to tell us more about that.
Well, the Canyon Lake area kind of missed out on the action, but a little bit further to the northwest, that's where we did get some of that rain across the hill country. And you can see some of that rainfall totals, about an inch near Kerrville, about an inch and a half in northwest Medina County, and just about half an inch north of Lakey. These storms kind of fell apart as they moved south and east, so that's why we really didn't see much rain here in San Antonio, but we knew there was only a 20 to 30% chance tonight to see that in San Antonio. The big story was the heat today. I mean, it felt like 115 degrees in San Antonio this afternoon. That was the peak heat index. To put that in perspective, our hottest heat index ever recorded in San Antonio, 116 degrees last June. So we were just a degree shy of the all-time hottest heat index today in San Antonio. In Laredo, it felt like 118, Freer 118 as well. So it was just a hot day. So you'll be pleased to know it is not going to be this hot tomorrow. We are still going to be toasty, but not dealing with heat index values as high as 115. And it's 90 degrees outside right now. Breezy with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. It's after 10 o'clock and it still feels like 102 outside. So I'm glad to say goodbye to this day as we look forward to not only a hot day tomorrow, but not as hot as today, but also there's a window for some storms tomorrow as well. Take a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Waking up tomorrow at 7 a.m., cloudy, and then as we head into the middle of the day, we'll see gradually clearing skies, but by 1 o'clock, it's going to be 91, feeling like 100. That is still hot, but that is some 15 degrees cooler than what it felt like today. And then we'll be reaching a high temperature of 96. Notice that rain chances really don't start until after dinner tomorrow, and that's a key there. So for most of the day tomorrow, it's just going to be hot, but not as hot as today. Low 90s across the hill country, mid 90s around San Antonio, upper 90s the further west you go. But let's talk about that window for storms tomorrow. After 5 p.m., we'll have a 40% chance from 8 p.m. and beyond. So again, 40% is not a guarantee for storms, but it is our best chance for storms in the last couple of days. And it's all because we're going to see some storms develop north of San Antonio tomorrow. Here's a look at the futurecast. This is 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, locked into cloud cover, but seeing some sun later on. Then by the evening, that's when some storms near Abilene, San Angelo are going to develop. And the direction of these storms is crucial to whether or not we see storms develop in San Antonio. If they move too far east, we're not going to see much here. If they move more south, that is when we have a better potential for storms. So this is what I'm going to be watching tomorrow in the afternoon, where these storms go. If they do move south towards San Antonio, and there's a 40% chance of that, we'll see some storms from 8 p.m. onward. As we head into the later evening hours, still possible into the overnight as well. And because of the time of year, any storms that develop could become severe. We're under a 2 on a scale of 1 to 5 for the severe risk, with slightly higher risk, a 3 in the hill country. What are the main concerns with any storms that develop? Primarily, it would actually be gusty winds. Fredericksburg saw some gusty winds today. And then the secondary threat would be hail. There's a very low but non-zero risk for a tornado. So we'll keep you posted. Again, that 40% chance is for after 5 p.m. tomorrow. 30% chance on Wednesday. I am so glad to not see any triple digits on that forecast after the last couple of days we had. And again, taking a look outside with the live cam, it's humid as all get out. And we've got some of that haze from those agricultural fires in Mexico. It looks like we're going to have less of that haze tomorrow.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
All right, I was watching the game last night, Larry, and I thought to myself, I miss the Spurs in a playoff series.
I think we all miss the Spurs in a playoff series, right? And so that question was posed to Manu Ginobili recently. When does he think the Spurs will be contenders again? You know what? He has a front row seat, so he has a pretty good idea. And the Bernie baseball team, well, they picked up a brand new teammate. Coming up. Led by Victor Wembanyama, the future is bright for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, the Silver and Black last made the playoffs in the 2018-19 season when they lost to Denver in the first round. That's a long, dry spell for a team with 5 NBA championships, and many are wondering when the Spurs will contend again. Well, that's what Spurs Hall of Famer and special advisor to basketball operations Manu Ginobili was asked during a recent interview on a Chinese live stream, and here's what he said. Quote, "It's hard to tell, but we hope and believe that now with Victor in this upcoming draft that we're going to have 2 top 10s. In 2 to 3 years, we can be out there contending. I don't know if being favorited, but being in the playoffs and being good, end quote. Back in 1999 on Memorial Day, the Spurs' Sean Elliott hit a game-winning 3 in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals against the Blazers. The shot is known as the Memorial Day Miracle. Now the Spurs beat the Blazers and then beat the Knicks for their first NBA championship. Friday, May 31st, is the actual 25th anniversary of that shot, and we'll have more on Friday, both on air and online. Basketball great Bill Walton has died at the age of 71. The Hall of Fame center and 2-time NBA champion passed away today after a prolonged battle with cancer. Among Walton's many achievements was winning a record 88 straight games at UCLA. As a pro, he was the first overall selection in the 1974 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers. Walton's 12-year NBA career also included playing for the Clippers and the Celtics. Walton went on to a successful career as a sports broadcaster.
Don't even say it, man. But it feels great. But we gotta think about next game. Gotta play with the same mentality. They're not gonna go away, no way. So we need to prepare for the next game. We just gotta think about next game.
That was Luka Doncic's response when told no NBA team has come back to win a playoff series down 3-0, and that's what the Timberwolves will now attempt in the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, we ain't got nothing else to do. That's the only, we can't do nothing but be positive at this point. We can't be negative, so try to get one win at a time.
Game 4 is tomorrow night, 7:30 in Dallas, and the Mavericks are thinking sweep. In the Eastern Conference Finals tonight, the Celtics beat the Pacers 105-102 to sweep the series, advancing to the NBA Finals. We stopped by Bernie baseball practice this morning as the Greyhounds prepare for the 4A regional finals and the Cal Allen Wildcats. Bernie's first-year head coach, Jeff Curtin, has his Greyhounds excited for the challenge.
We have to pitch well. We have to play really good defense, and we got to get some situational hits, some timely hitting. This late in the playoffs, you got to get a big hit every now and then, especially with 2 outs. So if we can do those things, then I feel good about it.
They're a very good team. I know they have 2 very good pitchers, and 1 through 9 they can all hit. But I think if we can play our game and just play the way Bernie plays, we'll be fine.
And check out the newest member of the Bernie baseball team, Doug the Dugout Turtle. He's become the rally turtle for the Greyhounds this past weekend.
It was Friday morning. We had to be here super early for our game, and one of our teammates, Ryan Hooper, I guess Doug was just in the parking lot, and we took him. I got my parents to bring me a little box, and we put him in there, and we just took him for the ride, and now he's at my house. We have an aquarium for him, so.
It kind of reminds us that, it's just a game, and it keeps everything light. So, we found him here the other day, and we were like, let's just take him as our rally turtle. It's just fun.
Some days we won't have very much energy, and I think just Doug's there, and we can all just go to Doug to bring us life.
The Greyhounds and Doug will open their regional final against Cal Allen on Thursday, 7 p.m. at the SAISD Sports Complex. Mother Nature is slowing down Our Lady of the Lake softball after the break. Our Lady of the Lake softball is 2-0 at the NAIA Softball World Series in Columbus, Georgia, winning both games 3-0. But their game with the University of Science and Arts from Oklahoma, scheduled for today, was pushed back to tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. due to weather conditions. And congratulations to the UT Tyler softball team for winning the NCAA D2 National Championship. Michelle Arias from Marshall High School was named to the all-tournament team for UT Tyler. Now, recently we got to hang out with San Antonio's very own Austin Andrade. He's now the 7th strongest man in the world, following the World's Strongest Man competition earlier this month.
San Antonio, hands down, probably one of the strongest cities in the world. We have Jesus Oliveras, an IPF world champion powerlifter here. My training partner is an amateur world champion strongman. Strength is big here, and just to hold it down for Texas and hold it down for San Antonio means a lot.
Austin also trained our Nick Mantis on how to be a strong man. You'll see this full story tomorrow night at 6.
There's strong, then there's Nick Mantis strong.
Absolutely.
Not going to say which one's stronger, but there's a difference.
Yeah, we saw.
Did you see
his face.
Did you see the trainer in the background?
Yeah.
He was ready to jump in.
Yeah, we'll be
That's all
right
I'm
back.
saying.